This is going to be a quick unboxing, test, and review of a new FM antenna that I just picked up from Amazon from a company called Bingfu for about $15. And I'll put a link here in the description. But as you can tell, this is a generic product. There's absolutely no branding here in the box. So you might be able to find it online under a different brand name. And it is manufactured in China. But yeah, this is supposed to be compatible with almost any kind of home stereo system that you may have, because it should come with 3 different adapters where you can connect your antenna to different connections in the back of your home stereo. So in this video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing, and I'll test it out at my basement, where I currently have a stereo that doesn't have an antenna. I almost get no reception downstairs, so hopefully this will help with the reception for FM radio. So let's just go ahead and unbox this guy. And it looks like there's no details inside. I think there's some specifications here in the box. But anyways, it is an omnidirectional antenna. Let me see if I can get it to focus there. It is omnidirectional, but it is a telescopic antenna. And it does say that the cable length is 3 meters. This is not the length of the antenna itself. This is the length of the actual cable that you connect to your stereo. The telescopic antenna should be about 79 centimeters or 31 inches. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out the antenna. So in the box you get the antenna itself and 3 different connections that you'll use to connect to your stereo. We'll take a look at that later. But here's the antenna, pretty straightforward. It does bend like this, 180 degrees, so one side to another, so you can mount it somewhere vertically like this. And I won't be able to show you how far it extends, but it is pretty long. Like I said, it should be about 31 inches, and it does look like it is 31 inches. And yeah, it looks pretty good. The cable, again, pretty long, 3 meters. And the end of the cable is just a standard coax connection, which again, you'll use these adapters to connect to your specific connection. And in this model in particular, you do have a magnetic base. So in case you want to mount it like on your fridge or somewhere else that is metal, you'll be able to mount it vertically, or you can mount it even securely horizontally like that. So a pretty handy feature. And let's go ahead and take a look at the connections here that it comes with. So you should come with 3 of them, and all of them you should be able to plug in here to your coax connection. So the first 2 are pretty similar. They're supposed to be PAL connections at the other end, but one should be male and the other one is female. It's going to be really hard there to show you the differences, but they are there. I'll be using one of these for my stereo downstairs, I believe. I'll show you that later. And this third one is it comes with a female coax from one side, and then a 3.5 millimeter jack at the other for different kinds of connections. So yeah, it is pretty cool that it comes with these 3 connections. So you should be able to plug it into any kind of stereo that you may have. I think that you will cover most of your bases with this. But of course, make sure that your stereo is compatible with this. So yeah, that's it for the unboxing. As far as the materials, they do look a little bit on the cheaper side, but I don't think you can expect much more out of $15 for this antenna. And I know that a lot of people in the comments or in the reviews are saying that you might be able to get a better reception with that dipole antenna instead of a telescopic antenna. With my current setup downstairs, I wouldn't be able to work out or to set up a dipole antenna, so I had to go with this one. I just want to get some kind of reception with this, and we'll see how that works later in the video. But yeah, that's it for the unboxing for now, and let's go ahead and go downstairs to see if this works. Alright, so now I'm downstairs here in my basement, and this is my stereo system. This is a JVC, and this is the FS-SD990. By the way, a fantastic CD player, great sounding CD player. This is mainly why I used it downstairs here. It does have the ability to tune into FM radio, but like I said before, when I got this one at the thrift store, it didn't come with an FM antenna. So the signal downstairs is terrible. I can't barely even hear anything. So I'll give you a quick test on how it works right now without the antenna. And I'll go to FM, and I know that this is an existing radio station. This is a talk radio station here just outside of Atlanta, and this is how it sounds. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to hear it here, but it's mostly static. You can hear a little bit of the voices there in the speakers, but not really that much. That's how it sounds without the antenna on. So let me show you first the back of my stereo so you can see how I'm gonna be plugging in this antenna. And there's the back of the JVC stereo. And as you can see, it does have the plug-in for the FM tuner or the FM antenna. It also has an an AM antenna connection here, but I don't really use the AM radio anyway, so I'm mostly interested here in the FM connection. And as you can see, it does look like one of the adapters that I showed you before will work for this one. In this case, it's gonna be this PCA. Let me see if I can get it to focus there. It's the female PCA to coax. And the idea is that you will plug in this adapter here, and it does fit in perfectly. So actually I can leave it there, and then I'll grab my FM antenna, which is right here, and just plug in the coax cable, kind of like what you do with a TV when you plug it into your internet or to your wall for cable. It's the exact same connection. So what I'll do is I'll plug it in there. And now I have my FM antenna connected to my stereo. So I'll go ahead and turn this around, and we'll see how that works. Alright, so I have now everything plugged into the back of the stereo. I have the antenna, of course, plugged in, and let's see how it works now with the antenna connected. Let's turn it back on, and let's go to FM radio.
They're never going to admit that.
And there it is. Looks like I can hear.
Wild to me.
It does sound a lot better. I have it turned on to the talk radio station, so I don't get any kind of copyright claims here in the YouTube video.
Tracy, you sent me off down this course, and I just gotta read you this.
And it sounds okay, but I can hear a lot of noise. So let's turn up the antenna a little bit. Now it's fully extended. The antenna is fully extended. You won't be able to see it in the video, but it is fully extended all the way up. And that sounds a lot better.
Exploring history. But the more I explored it, the more I realized that historically the movement.
Yep, that noise is almost completely gone. You can still hear a little bit, but it doesn't really bother me that much. It sounds really good. And let's see if I try turning it a little bit. So the wood here doesn't have any kind of magnetic or anything metallic, so it won't be able to get stuck there with the magnetic feature. But it will stay okay if you just have the antenna pointing all the way up.
Anything goes and so on.
But yeah, it sounds good.
You can see it's a culture that no longer.
I don't know if I agree what the talk show host there is saying, but I do like the quality of the sound here that's coming out. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. Actually, let's go ahead and try a different station. Let's see if we find something else. And yeah, this has some music in there, so I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to show you, but it does sound well. Let's go back to Tom Petty. Yep, I had to turn it off because of that copyright issue with YouTube, but it sounds good. I gotta say, this is a really good antenna. It's pretty straightforward antenna. Really, it's just a piece of cable really that goes all the way up. So if you find something cheaper really for a more affordable price, it'll probably work as well as this one. And maybe a dipole antenna might work better for FM connections. But like I said before, I don't have really good space around here for that kind of antenna. So I'm okay with this one. I think this one's gonna work just fine. But anyways, I highly recommend it. I'll put a link here in the description in case you want to pick one up. As usual, it's going to be an Amazon affiliate link, so it will help support this channel at no additional cost to you. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.